Hello, so today I'm going to show you how to make my favourite soup. Well, one of my favourite soup recipes. I'm not sure if I've shared it on my mum's blog before, but anyway, that's what I'm making today. And I'll also share some thoughts of what I've been learning through teaching Bible stories this last week. So I'm making tomato soup today. It is from a Dutch cookbook, and these are all the things you need: garlic, olive oil, or any oil, onions, tomatoes. Usually I do this when we have tomatoes to use up, but I didn't have any, and one of the kids asked if I could make tomato soup. So chicken stock, pepper, salt, paprika, either smoked or usual, mixed herbs. Well, actually Italian herbs, but I just use mixed herbs since I don't have Italian, and bay leaves. So I will link the recipe down below, and it is nice with meatballs, but I don't think I'm going to do meatballs this time, as I only have big packs of frozen mince. The view out my window. Somebody's snoozing away in the sun. So the story that we've been going through last week is the story of Moses and studying with the plagues in Egypt. And I think that story is there are some quite good lessons in prayer that we can learn from it. One of them is that Moses went and told the Israelite people that, God was going to rescue them. And so they got all excited and they believed it. And yet first, when Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh, it just got worse. Pharaoh didn't listen, and he said that he was going to make everything harder for the Israelites. And so then they had to work a whole lot harder. And so instead of God delivering them, it just seemed to get worse. And the Israelites got very upset with Moses and didn't want to listen to him anymore. And sometimes it could be like that. When we start praying for something, it can seem like things just get worse. And yet it can be because God is actually working, whereas we expect everything to kind of instantly happen or to get better when we start praying about something. But sometimes things get worse first, and we shouldn't get discouraged and give up because things seem to get worse. And also, Moses and Aaron are an example of persistent prayer. Now, I know God is not really like Pharaoh, but God does teach us in the Bible to pray persistently until we get an answer. And that really is what Moses and Aaron did with Pharaoh. They kept on going back until he finally let them go. And if what we're praying for, especially if it is a real need and it's something that we really believe we should be praying for, we should keep on praying and not give up so easily. It's easy to give up after praying once or twice when we don't see any answer. But if Moses and Aaron had done that, the Israelites would have never gotten out of Egypt. And another thing, as I was reading through the story, I noticed that it says so many times, "I am the Lord." And God sometimes said to Pharaoh that you may know that I am the Lord. And when I told the story to the children, I kind of said how Pharaoh thought he was the one in charge, but God said, I am the one in charge. I am the Lord. But Pharaoh wanted to be the boss, and he wanted to choose what happens. He wanted to be in control, and I could kind of see myself in that. Sometimes even when I pray, I want it to happen in my time and in my way. I kind of want to tell God how to do it and when to do it. And yet, the Bible verse in Psalms, I think it's 46, says, "Be still and know that I am God." And we need to remember when we're praying that even though we should, we are supposed to have opportunity and to pray like persistently, but we need to remember that God is the one in charge, and that He is God, and we need to be still and know that He is God, and not try to be in control of everything ourselves. And another thing that it says over and over when you read through the story, it often says, "as God had said." So God would say something and it would happen just as God had said. And that's kind of repeated over and over through the story. So to me, it's a reminder that God is faithful, that He does keep His word, that He does do what He said. And so that means we need to listen to Him. He says there's going to be hail and all those things. Pharaoh was very unwise to listen. But it also means that He keeps His promises too, so we can trust Him. So I'm putting the tomatoes in boiling water for a minute first to get all the skins off. The kids don't like the skins on them, and neither do I. So a bit more work, but makes it nicer.